first off, before we get into all this shit, I want to cover my bases. First of all, to Destiny Udogie, I'm sorry some of our online fan base are literal human pieces of trash, was getting racially abused by Liverpool fans. Quick statement from Spurs and Liverpool condemning it. I don't know why they were mad at him. He fucking didn't do anything. Like, it literally had nothing to do with him. And furthermore, it has nothing to do with Spurs. The only thing I can kind of make fun of them for is that Pedro Porro literally took his shirt off on an own goal. That's pretty, like, embarrassing. Anyway, I want to do this more like and ask you guys. I've been hearing so much shit the past couple days, and obviously we've had like a while to like marinate on this. This is not the same as a handball. This is not the same as a red card. This is not the same as anything else like that, right? Like, this is you could talk about the Jones red card, you could talk about the 2 yellows, whatever. I've heard about a 50-50 split on the red card. That's completely fine. I don't think it was a red card. I think he like goes for the ball, rolls over the ball. I think when you put that like still image there, it makes it look way fucking worse. And they already denied the request to overturn it, so he's gonna miss 3 games because that's like serious foul play, by the way. But we have people like kicking, pushing, shit like that. Like, that's a clear attempt for the ball, but that's 3 games, whatever, fine. When you're missing like binary, like 1 and 0, is he behind the line or is he in front of the line? The one thing literally that VAR is meant to get right every single time. Okay? I don't understand how you can have the response of some people saying, just get on with it. Like, I truly do not understand that. If you are still complaining about a red card days later, fine. I completely understand, like, we hear it, we know people disagree, fine. If you're telling people to shut the fuck up about something that is literally like a breakdown of like how the structures and how the process is supposed to go, I don't understand how you can sit there and say, just get on with it. Like, why are you
are you talking about fans?
I'm talking about, like, first of all, Gary Neville, like, fuck you, because you were so goddamn hard on the VAR people, and then for a day later for you to be like, actually, like, Liverpool's taking this way too far. And I'm sitting here with jerseys and a picture and a Roberto Firmino jersey behind me. I'm clearly a Liverpool fan. If this was I go on a rant every weekend on this podcast about VAR, how disastrous it is. This is by far the worst thing I've ever seen. This is, like, so absolutely unacceptable. The Onana, like, challenge is unacceptable, but you can still understand why, like, subjectively some people would sit there and go, well, he's going for the ball, it's not a foul, whatever. There's no subjectivity to this. It's just, they fucked it up, and something that people have been saying for a while is, like, when you listen, even when fucking the head guy goes on Sky Sports and does that whole, like, these are 4 games where we made VAR decisions, blah, 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 and they play the audio for you, and everyone, whacks their dick about it for, like, 2 weeks about how, like, great it is that they showed the audio. They sound like sporadic in there. Mm-hmm. Like, so many people are talking at the same time. They said, like, checking offside. The fact that you can't go back 30 seconds when the ball is on a throw-in and take it back is absurd. I'm not, I don't think it's unreasonable to be like, yeah, like, we're not accepting this apology. Like, I think people coming out against, like, Liverpool and saying, like, okay, didn't ask for a replay, didn't ask for a point, didn't ask for anything. And people are like, well, let's, like, replay this game if you're going to fucking cry about it. Like, it's a handball. Like, that one was a handball, for sure. The Rodri one, that quite literally could have cost us the league 2 years ago. If you don't get that, if Everton get that penalty and they score, we win the league.
True.
So when you're talking about it's a point. We lost 2 league titles by a point.
And we might get relegated because of a point.
You literally can't.
Villa stayed up because of it.
You cannot talk about, like, it's just a point when you have fucking decades and decades and centuries of history about where teams probably lost out, went up, got a certain spot, got another spot, and even when like 8 and 9 is financially different, the payout is different. That could change how the outlook of your club. Like I think it's ridiculous to just say, I'm sick of hearing it, so just shut up about it. Like that's ridiculous. And that's fucking. I love James Lawrence Alcott. That's him. I think. One, I watched his fucking video, and he sits there and he's like, I feel bad for my. I do too, but it doesn't matter because when I go to fucking work and I mess up, I get reprimanded for it. I have to do something about it. When I don't do my job, something happens to me.
Put him on a pip.
No one sits there. Listen, the 80-year-old lady cusses me out, and I can't say anything back to them. No one's talking to them. They're taking them off this weekend. They're not refereeing this weekend. Okay, what's that going to do? And to my point again, what's that going to do? What did we see literally the next day? You have arguably the biggest fuck up that you've had in VAR history. Okay, and then the next week, God love him, Matt Turner kicks the shit out of Yohan Wissa. And they get that call wrong. It's so fucking bad that I don't know what to do about it, and I don't think anybody is asking. No one has asked and said replay the game. No one has asked for us to get a point, and I think it's fucked up if you were to say, okay, both teams get a point because it would be 2-2. Because Spurs didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't their fault. Why are you taking their 3 points away from them? And then just before I let you guys go, because I'm about the end of my rant here, I low-key get it. The Liverpool fans, again, online specifically, who are talking about how this is fucking corruption and shit like that, literally grow up. Go touch grass. Go do something outside. Take your headphones off for a split second. Put your phone down. You are... If you truly think that this is just us who are getting fucked week in and week out, I think I literally have it on here. What is it? 14 apologies in the past just over a year, since last year, September 8th. We've been in not the team that's got wronged or benefited from it. Arsenal 2, United 3, Newcastle 1, Palace 3, Chelsea, West Ham, Villa 3, Brighton 3, Liverpool 2, Forest, Brentford 2, Fulham. It's every fucking club. So if you can't unplug for a second and think that this is not just your club, and that goes to the people saying stop fucking moaning, because just because it didn't happen to you doesn't mean you can sit there and act on your high horse and think that, oh, just shut the fuck up about it. And it goes to the other fuckers too, the other Liverpool fans who think that only happens to them. It happens to every single club. So unless you want to fucking do something about it, shut the fuck up. Because I'm sick of doing it. I'm sick of going on here and ranting about how dog shit this replay system is. When America, this place, I hate this place. I hate waking up every day in this goddamn country. And we do replay better than you. How have you not figured it the fuck out?
They came for Liverpool, and I said nothing because I was not Liverpool. Yeah, look, I totally agree. Before I give it to Dylan, because I know he wanted to jump in here next, the red card also just isn't a red card. That was my no. That's a very Klopp-esque answer where it's you just have never played this game before. That happens all the time. It's not a red card. I don't know. I'm sure I'll have more later, but that's all I had right now. Dylan, what do you got?
I mean, Michael kind of summed it up, but said it all, so I'll just quote Seinfeld and say, with VAR, they can clearly take the reservation, but they can't hold the reservation, and that's exactly what we're dealing with right now. It's as simple as that.
Nick, anything to add?
Yeah, I was just Michael kind of touched on it towards the end. Just what I love about baseball and their replay is that it's literally 4 things, and it's home runs. Did it go over the fence? Did it not? And it's safe or out. Did the ball beat him or not? Or did you beat the ball? It's things that are black and white. There's no re-refereeing or re-umpiring. Watching the robo-umps and all that stuff. I hate that. That's adding the subjectivity to it, and I think if you can do, it's a victim of our own advances, so, sometimes doing less is I will say some of the best advice I gave one time to a kid, I just said, try less. And he goes out and bats like 450. There's nothing wrong with his swing or anything. It's like, just try less, man. You're pretty damn good. You know, like you're overthinking everything. Like, why don't we just do offsides? Did it cross the goal? Like, what are 3 or 4 objective things? And that's the human nature. And that's what makes it, I think that's what makes it really fun. You know, the fact and enjoyable, like the fact there is human error in it. And that's what it makes pub conversations and pub arguments great. Is you can talk about that here and there. So, Michael, we don't always agree on things, you know, when it comes to the soccer realm, but I couldn't agree with you more that it's everybody and it's bad. Like, I mean, listen, just get rid of it. Screw it. Just get rid of it and let's just play. If you make a human mistake in real time, if you can't understand that, then you like go touch grass, as Michael says. Like, people make it's on the fly. It's incredibly quick. Like, and then it sucks, but it's just how it is. Like, how the game's been played for how many years.
Dylan, before I go to you, I agree with that. The problem that we're going to have with this is, like, I'm sure you guys have seen, like, the robo call of offsides got voted down by every team. Like, they have the ability to implement it, and they voted against it, and I think that's stupid. They should be able to do that, because essentially what we've done is with VAR, we have added, like, human error, which they were trying to get rid of. They're trying to get rid of human error so that things would be more correct on the field. You've essentially now added human error with superhuman ability to slow something down and look at it like you're not supposed to look at it. The still frame, like Michael said, of Curtis Jones' foot going through the person's leg looks worse than it actually was because he hit the ball first and then came through. And that referee was never going to see that if we didn't have him go to VAR. So, like, those things, I don't think you need to VAR, like you just mentioned. But the things that are the cut and dry, is the ball across this line? Is the player past this last player? I think those are really easy things to just have correct every time. Dylan, go ahead.
Outside of VAR, I just want to say, Michael, like, chin up. You guys played really, really well with 9 men. So that's pretty cool.
Was it Paul Mearson that said Liverpool's bet? You can go to bed knowing that. I think it was Paul Mearson said Liverpool with 9 is better than United with 11. I would go as far as say I would go as far as say they're probably better than United with 12. So, rest easy, Michael.
Michael, take it home.
It's just one. I think I told John this. If I think a result like this in general, like either very positive in a weird way on your season or like clearly like negative, I think we have the best manager in the world to make it as positive as we possibly could. For some reason, I think when we have the mentality that everybody is against us, even if it, again, like I said, I don't think it's a vendetta, but I do think it's fucking horrible, like, refereeing. I think we have the best manager in the world to kind of galvanize everybody. I think McAllister is going to get fined for suggesting that we played against 12 people. And then last but not least, I think he played an absolutely great game and hell of a finish by Joel Matip.
There you go.
Fucking roof it.
Rocket. Just a fucking rocket. Last thing on it, I mentioned this in the group chat. Allison, fucking grow your hair out.
It's not debatable.
Yeah, can we get the beard back, ple's?
Yeah, he looks bad. Brazilian keepers just want to make themselves look ugly.
Sorry, hold on.
He looks like Scott Stapp back in the Thanksgiving
gross.
game in Dallas back in '96.
Okay, wait. I read the room wrong. I thought we were talking about how unbelievable he was this game too.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Sorry.
Yes, he just looks like shit.
Yeah, that's no. We just need to talk about he's a goalie.
Also good for Spurs.
You rather me have a high mohawk and get
hey.
chipped from inside the 18?
I mean, I'd rather have 4 Premier League titles and a Champions League title and a couple of FA Cups and a couple
all individual, by the way.
John, he just took a cheap shot at me, and somehow you thought it was at him, and you just tried to bury
you're
him.
literally you think you're a nail, brother. Not everyone's a hammer.
I'm seeing red.
Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with you?
All right, guys, great end. Love it. Better days for Liverpool moving forward. And Dylan, I think you bring up a really great point. If there's one thing this pod can get behind, it's by God, I hope Big Ange goes to a team that we can all like and then root for, because I don't really like Spurs, but like I like Big Ange to do well. So shout out to Big Ange for sure.
I like Spurs this year. Gonna come out and say it.
Yeah.
I like them.
Damn.